Welcome to the program. My name is Bentura Komboka and our sign language interpreter will be Evelyn Wangoi. And 7 people, including 3 children aged 6, 4 and 1 years old, along with their father, have died in a fire incident at the Majengo area here in Nairobi. The cause of the fire is yet to be established. And now we are joined live by reporter Majibu Kitsao, who's currently at the scene. Good afternoon, Majibu. What's the current situation and how many more people have lost their lives and those who have been injured?
Yes, Bentura, it is a sad afternoon for residents of this Kitui village, Majengo area here in Nairobi, where at least 7 people have died, among them 4 family members, 3 children aged 6, 4 and 1, along with their fathers, you've said, have lost their lives. And the cause of this fire is yet to be established. And just to show you the situation around this particular place here, if I can move with my camera person just to show you how the situation is in this particular area. As you can see, locals here are still in disbelief. Those I spoke to earlier said they have never witnessed such an incident in this particular area here. The Kenya Red Cross, when I came here, were here, and they reported treating at least 16 people from minor injuries, while searches for missing people lasted late into the night. Also, Bentura Emergency Services, including the Nairobi City County Fire Department, collaborated with community members to put out the fire, which took hours to contain. It is the situation, as you can see. Here, members or locals in this particular area are also trying to salvage at least anything they can get out of this particular fire, which happened yesterday night. And the tragedy has devastated many families, with survivors pleading for help to at least rebuild their lives after losing homes and belongings into this particular fire. Some said lost almost everything. And if I can get to hear from some of the victims of this particular fire in this area, labda jina lako nani bro, na kwanza chanzo cha moto hiki hajajulikana, lakini nyinyi wakazi wenyewe wa eneo hili, kwa sababu si mara ya kwanza visa kama vinatokea, kauli yako ni gani?
Kauli yangu kama mimi naweza semaje, yani wakati wa mkasa kama huu, serikali panapo mkasa wa moto au mkasa wowote ule yani wenye unafanya maisha ya binadamu inakuwa na hofu, wanajitokeza kwa haraka, alafu wanatusaidia sisi kama jamii.
Unajaribu kusema kwamba wale wanazima moto walichelewa kufika eneo hili?
Kusema ukweli, wale wanazima moto ni kama walichelewa, kwa kuwa wakati kipindi kabla moto ianze, alafu ifikia hapa tena ikateketeza watu na ikateketeza mali za watu, ingelikuwa zimamoto iko karibu wakati kipindi moto inaanza, ingekuwa inawezekano rahisi kuzima ule moto kabla kusambaa.
Thank you, Bentura. As you've heard, he is one of the locals in this particular area here. And if I can get to hear from someone else, labda jina lako nani na kauli yako nipi kutokana na mkasa huu wa moto ambao ulitokea jana jioni?
Mimi naitwa Maureen Wanjiro. Moto ilianza.
Naomba ujiongee hapa karibu kidogo, wakutazame na wakusikie kabisa kwa urahisi.
Moto ilianza around 6:30. Vijana ndio walikuwa wanasaidia, lakini kulingana zima moto ilikuja wakati moto isha, lakini ilichelewa. Tunaomba serikali, kuna watu wamepoteza familia zao, tunaomba serikali imsaidie familia zao. Kuna wenye kuna watu wenye wamelala nje leo, wenye wameadhirika na hii mambo ya moto, so serikali muingililie kati.
Na labda hata kulilia serikali, kuna kiongozi ambaye amefika hapa labda kutathmini hali, hata kuwasaidia kwa namna moja ama nyingine, labda mbunge ama hata mwakilishi wadi amefika?
Tunashukuru Sakaja, tunaona watu wa Sakaja wamefika, at least wanasaidia. Pia Red Cross.
Watu wa Sakaja, si Sakaja mwenyewe?
Sakaja hajafika, lakini timu yake tunaona imefika. Lakini pia watu wa Red Cross pia tumeona. Yeah.
Thank you. Also one of the residents in this particular area here and also one of the victims. Maybe if I can get to talk to labda mzee wangu, jiongea hapa karibu kidogo niweze kupata kauli yako. Jina lako nani na labda hali iko vipi kufikia sasa?
Mimi kwa jina ni Philip Ochieng, mimi mkaji wa hii area. Na ile janga kubwa waga katika hii area ni moto. na tungesii kiongozi Mheshimiwa Sakaja, kuna social hall pale ambapo matoshea hizi extensions, hizi gari ya zimamoto karibu 3. Hiyo sehemu igawanyishwe mara 2. Social hall na hii sehemu itakuwa imepakiwa hizo magari ya kuzima moto, ambapo itakuwa inashughulikia Saurumoyo, Majengo na Isili. Na tunashukuru sana Mheshimiwa Yusuf, yeye ndio ushughulika kwa sababu yeye ni kiongozi wa hii area, ushughulika sana katika hii area. Sakaja tunamuomba kwa heshima yake, kama wakaji wa hii Pumwani Saurumoyo area, atulete magari 3 katika social hall.
Asante. Na labda chanzo cha moto huu hakijabainika rasmi, lakini wewe kama mkazi wa eneo hili unahakisia kwamba huenda ikawa ni nini imesababisha moto huu?
Ni stima. Stima imesababisha imeleta hii hasara yote. Hakuna kitu kingine. Kwa maana mtu binadamu ambapo iko na akili, kana uwezo, kinaangalia, hawezi choma hizi manyumba kama hii akiona na macho. Kwa maana wale wamepata hasara hapa wawezi kumudu kupata tena hii hasara.
Yes, Bentura, as you've heard from the locals in this particular area here, they are decrying to the government and particularly the county government to also ensure that they try and set up a fire station near this area, so that when such incidences happen, they get to be assisted at least earlier enough. And as you can see also, if maybe my camera person Evans can also pan to the other side of this particular area here, the fire also raised down houses in that particular area, and as you can see, members here are still in disbelief. They're also trying to salvage at least anything. Now, the victims, mostly men, were taken to nearby hospitals with varying degrees of injury, while emergency responders and police worked throughout the night to control the situation and assist survivors. We are told the fire has destroyed more than 50 houses and many have been displaced. Bentura. It is the situation right now, and we definitely be in this particular area, and we will update our viewers in our subsequent bulletins on the latest developments from this Majengo area here in Nairobi. Bentura, back to you.
Well, that's our reporter Majibu Kita, who's currently at the scene near Pumwani Hospital, where over 50 families have been affected by that tragedy and 3 other family members have lost their lives. And away from that, following a summons to appear over a 2.2 billion graft scandal, Moi University Vice Chancellor Professor Isaac Koskei has this morning availed himself to detectives at the ESCC North Rift Regional Offices in Eldoret. In a statement, the anti-graft agency had directed Koskei to appear before it yesterday at its 6 answers over his involvement in fraudulent infrastructural projects at the institution. The high-profile probe also targeted 3 senior university officials. It is centered on the misappropriation of funds earmarked for development projects at the university. The 3 others appeared before the ESCC in Eldoret. According to ESCC, the Vice Chancellor faces multiple allegations, including presiding over corruption den at the university and actively obstructing the ongoing investigations. And the Mediation Committee on Division of Revenue Amendment Bill is currently holding its 3rd sitting amid the ongoing standoff between the National Assembly and the Senate over the amount of money to be transferred to the counties this financial year. The 19-member committee has, however, castigated the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi over his remarks that the government will only transfer 380 billion shillings to counties as opposed to 400 billion shillings, saying that he doesn't have the final say on the amount of money that will be agreed upon by this committee.
But just to keep everything very clear, we have parliamentary mandate as a committee on mediation on division of revenue. It's very unfortunate, to be very honest, that in good faith, CS Mbadi should have kept off the mediation process and should not have made any public statement as to whether or not he will allow. But and he's an experienced person in matters parliament. The clear mandate is, you know, we can as well say here that then it's very easy to see whether or not Parliament has power. We'll see whether the mediated position by Parliament Mbadi is going to implement or decide he cannot implement, because then it puts a situation of bad faith between the arms of government, which is not right. My co-chair just said something in good faith. What happens behind the scenes? It's inevitable for consultation to happen. While we have clear mandate, but behind the scenes consultations will happen. Wherever other senior leaders have made utterances in good faith, also should not be spoken about here in terms of how that affects, for example, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. You know, the wisdom that ought to guide us is that, you know, everything that needs to be brought out has been brought out. Please, let's concentrate on the issue of at hand, number one. Number two, the last 3 meetings, unfortunately, has been consumed by other undercurrents that is not related to DORA. As my co-chair said in his opening statement, today we want to discuss DORA and concentrate on our core mandate on DORA, which is the 3 controversial.
And as the Bamburi Cement takes